Hi, it's Lindsey Carlson here. Back in the day, there was a time when charity rock concerts were an unheard of phenomenon, and they were just coming into being. One of the first big charity rock concerts was the concert for Bangladesh, organized by the legendary George Harrison to help combat hunger and plights that were facing a part of the world he cared about very deeply. And probably about 15 years or so ago, the concert for Bangladesh finally got a much overdue reissue on, so I'm going to unbox these two releases and I will share my opinions. We'll start out with the CD version. And just for the record, these two releases are sold separately. They don't come as a set. There's the cover with that nice shot of George. The original cover art, of course, had that starving young native boy on the cover, and that actually does appear inside the liner notes, so thankfully they haven't done away with that completely. Inside the case, you actually have some glossy printed art on there of that photograph of the starving native boy. In the back here, we have an ad for the George Harrison Fund for UNICEF. Got a pretty good-sized booklet here. Again, that classic starving native boy art there. Great shot of George on the back. As is my usual policy, I'm not going to go through every single page of the book. And there's an album of the year ad in the back. I like the way that looks. And then we got little slip covers for the two discs. Disc one's got, again, that starving native boy art, track list on the back. Disc two has the same artwork, but the sleeve's a different color. Here's a look at the actual disc. And then here's a look at disc one. Pretty much looks the same. And now we'll take a look at the DVD version. Again, got that great shot of George on the cover with his guitar. There's the spine text. This folds open. We have the two DVD discs over here. Disc one has the actual concert. Disc two has bonus features and the like. There's a quote there from George. I believe that's actually from the song Bangladesh. Again, this also has an ad for the George Harrison UNICEF Fund. Back of the case, there's got the track list as well as a list of the bonus features. And we'll take a look at the book here. I believe the content here is going to be pretty similar to the CD version. But there are some pretty cool photographs from the performance in here. Again, the concert for Bangladesh was one of the first events of its kind, with George Harrison being asked by Ravi Shankar to help raise awareness and funding to combat a lot of the problems that Bangladesh was dealing with at the time. And there was certainly a star-studded outcome here. I mean, you have the likes of Ringo Starr, Eric Clapton, and of course Ravi Shankar himself. So you get a mix of Indian music as well as the more contemporary Western music that George Harrison and his fellow musicians were best known for. So you do get a nice variety of performers, and you can just see how packed the venue is for this show, and it's no surprise that this has remained one of the most iconic concerts of all time. And the film itself actually, and of course it actually won Album of the Year, and that's no small task. You could tell that George was very passionate about his cause, and George was, again, one of my favorite musicians of all time. May he rest in peace. And he did many great albums after this, many great concerts after this, but I don't think he ever recorded anything live on a stage that was ever more iconic or impactful than the concert for Bangladesh. And if you are a fan of George Harrison, this is an absolute must-own. The picture quality on the DVD is actually pretty good, given that this is a standard depth DVD. Clearly this was shot on film and produced with care. It would be nice to see us get a new scan and hopefully a Blu-ray or maybe even a 4K release. But as is, this is the only sanctioned official DVD release of the show, and it does look pretty good. I am holding out hope for a high def or ultra high def release eventually, but as is, this will do me over for now. This too actually has several bonus features. I got a nice long documentary on the organization of the concert and the making of the album and the film. Previously unseen performances, including George Harrison and Bob Dylan doing If Not For You together, which is a really good moment. There's a lot of mini features on the making of the movie, the album, the original artwork, which of course was controversial at the time, but proved to be quite legendary and a pop culture staple, and a little bit of everything else. It's a great supplement package. I'm glad they didn't just slap the concert on a disc and call it a day. So as is, I really, again, am hoping we get a high def or ultra high def release of the concert for Bangladesh eventually. But this is a solid, well put together DVD release that I think belongs in any collection. And of course, like I showed you earlier, we do have an audio CD release if you want to listen to it in your car. So both of these releases do come very highly recommended. How about you? What did you think of the concert for Bangladesh? You think this is one of George Harrison's greatest moments? What do you think about the other performers in attendance? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.